What up, though, everybody? My social media family, subscribers, and any visitors. What's up? What's going down? Hopefully prayers going up and blessings coming down. You know, Forgive me if my appearance is not what it could be as the present given on time, but I've been feeling like quite up under the weather and disregard, ignore some dickhead prick. You know, One of these poop butt pissant punk faggoty or closet faggot neighbors from damn hell male characters among the dime a dozen public nuisances problem neighbors who would compliment the saying that misery loves company with its pathetic, pitiful self. And the devil is extremely busy. That much more in this day and age. For these end times, for these here last and evil days, you know, biblical prophecy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Before the end of the world and or the second coming of Christ. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, it be like that. As the years go by, the characters come out the woodwork that much more. And as certain persons are just some real characters, to put it mildly now. Sorry about me cussing and swearing. You know, Practically, if not possibly, like, you know, a drunken sailor on shore leave, you know, with one's drinking buddies, trying to think to paint the town red with those being the same. The said in question of the former previous prime minister disregard with that what you're seeing there. See, no, I'm not one of those kind of. I'm saving this for a lady friend. When I acquire no. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't one of them Peter Pan fairies, whatever I ever see. Anyway, though, how you all been doing? Well, I hope everyone is doing at least okay. If not, better yet to be said, to be feeling all right. If not, best of all, to be said, to be feeling blessed and stressed, more blessed and stressed, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, hopefully me and mine likewise as well, all the same. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Well, hopefully much better than what I have been feeling like, most recently or lately. And I don't know if it's a neighbor from damn hell has somehow sabotaged my general physical health by some means, for whatever reason and or purpose, or does it have something to do with one of those nurses, most recently for a medical establishment premises or properties, a local vicinity area, neighborhood, community hospital or clinic could have put one, could have put, could have been putting something on. Well, what I'm saying. Could have put something on one of those cotton swabs before once stuffed it up my nose and then pulled it out. That could possibly be making me sick as well. Then I remember when I was at two different hospitals at one time or another, and at two different times, you know, what was a doctor or nurse for the two different hospitals, two different medical personnel of two different hospitals gave me an injection. Hopefully, it wasn't something that I would have want to have taken. I don't care what is it. No, I'm not so much as speaking against the VACCINE. Well, I'm not so much as speaking for it either. But you know what I mean to say. Just meaning because some doctor or nurse may say that this will help you out. You're always supposed to get a second opinion. And I'm not about to take any kind of medicine until I get the full Monty butt naked truth about it, the fact of the matter, or hopefully I would have at least general information as to what it is supposed to be and what it supposedly would do for you, and regardless of, or especially in due regard in reference to any possible and potential side effects. You know what I'm saying? Okay. and regardless of whether or not the VACCINE is that the mark of the beast. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not really like speaking against it, but I'm not really like say how you say speaking for it either. I'm just unsure about that so far as that matter is concerned. Moving right along, you know. Yeah. Anyway, getting back to me and all. Otherwise, for some such other, you know, yeah, for how I feel at the moment, otherwise, well, no. Again, this is not necessarily, no, not to mean sounding or seem like I'm contradicting myself, but then this is really not this particular present social media broadcast of video is of a content in regarding reference to I myself being that my friend, but rather this is about something else. But I just thought to, open up, you know, with you know, preliminaries of the basic intro as well as it will complement the footnotes, and but then as you see the name title for this one is really about some such other as well as the footnotes at the end, as I had explained, what's this about. I just open up with that or vice versa. Yeah. Then whatsoever or whatever I could speak upon, a subject matter or try to debate that a given argument or speak upon some of such for whatever it may be, with the many different views and opinions to be affiliated, associated with, and representing thereof. But then don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver. And hopefully more means to tell the fact of the matter, or speaking truth, at least in general, to give you a general idea. Some sort then to sugarcoat a lie, if you know what I mean. Or read between lines, fill in the blanks. Hopefully I will give you at least the raw deal of the truth, the fact of the matter. Give you a Cliff Notes version, regardless of whether or not I would give you the full Monty otherwise of it. Anyway, though, yeah. And now that I pretty much so have gotten the preliminaries out the way, you all about to appreciate this here present social media broadcast of video, with the way I've been feeling, you know, just a little bit up under the weather, well, hopefully just slightly then, because the last couple few days it has been a monster. I say a monster. Fangs, claws, on paws, tail and all. Then y'all could, I suppose y'all could steal that trademark, same, or as it could possibly be considered as some such. If not, steal this from me. Y'all know what I'm saying? But then I yet to get this here copyright. Yeah, it's like I'm the only one that's present for this particular social media broadcast video. That's good because I hate it when, and speaking about some of such other matter now that come to mind. I hate it when certain visitors to my own social media channel and likewise chat room and comment section be popping in and then pop out just as quick. They pop on my channel and pop into my, no, they pop on my channel, what I mean to say, and then pop out of my channel just that quick. I'm saying literally, actually within the first couple few minutes, like they spying on me, or something, and could possibly be other likes of this one sicko or psycho, or more of a creep than El Stupido Dumbcoff, and crackpot of a proverbial neighbor from damn hell. Yes, one could probably be of the likes of his kind or he himself moonlighting as, you know, moonlighting as a visitor to somebody else's social media channel and our chat room for that matter. You know what I'm saying? And then could possibly be moonlighting as a crank caller and a stalker and etc. Well, hopefully not like some kind of you know, closet rapist, closet pedophile, worse yet, closet killer, even so, or closet serial killer, or closet mass murderer, or worse yet, closet serial rapist, or worse than that, pedophile. Anyway, though, moving right along, before you all think that I'm like, like I say, or how you say, how they put it, wagging the dog, a colloquial phrase, or oxymoron, or let's say oxymoron. I'm sorry, my words can can cannot now sound like Elmer Fudd or Slaster, along with the speech impediment, speech defect, or like Ronald Wilson Reagan, for that matter, with the memory lapse. Sorry, my words are not coming out like they could be at the moment. But, and before I lose train of thought, I did. Well, if I did get something, then it's all according to God's divine plan. Maybe some things just weren't worth remembering if He means it otherwise, unless it were to become one of those things that were to be. But anyway, though, getting back to something such as, yeah, what was I about to say? I don't know. See how I feel kind of quite whether, you know, even though case survive. You know, well, even if I have to force myself to say some such others, it don't come naturally for me to say this here is all things work according to God's divine plan. But lately I've been just feeling so. Anyway, though, what was I about to say? I can't even remember. What was it? Oh well, yeah, something about before I were to be rudely interrupted by one of these proverbial neighbors from down hell from this problem. Well, I know I was saying don't kill the messenger. I'm just here to deliver. And if I could possibly say something that could offend anybody, then I would hope that you would bring it to my mind's intention. But use that discretion. Be discreet about it. Come to me first and foremost before you go to the administrators of this particular social media network. You know, because we're grown folks, grown people, we're grown adults here. So let's act like be like coming up like overgrown baby boys and overgrown baby girls. You know, as well as I don't appreciate any internet trolls. Attempting to trash my social media my social media channel. You know, and whatever social media broadcast that could or video that could be in play. Or as well as they could possibly leave their internet troll comments during a live broadcast. They could also leave some of such after I had closed out for a particular social media broadcast or video, and then whereas from there I had to decide upon whether that during a live broadcast or video, whether or not to silence their chat and then to bar them permanently, or I would have to decide that later after the social media broadcast or video would have ended, as I would have closed shop, then see what trolls pop up in my comments section after that. You know, and very few persons being of whom I myself personally were to bar, block from my social media channel and likewise chat room comment section, do I permit reaccess to it, being a this and that or something such, compared to how the majority of most are blocked permanently, you know. And being that because life is too short, you know, it's too short then to let somebody else, you know, make you hostage to their whatchamacallit, the effing crap. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't jammed for it, man. You know what I mean? I ain't jammed for none of that. You know, you know. Let's learn how to disagree, if not learn how to agree. Let's not have a failure to communicate like what had happened between me and the management of the building here after they believed a lie that this neighbor from hell, one of the damn dozen public nuisances problem neighbors, was telling one, real estate personnel representative than what I was telling the truth of fact. See what I mean? Somebody just popped in on my channel and popped out just that quick, Could possibly be one of these proverbial neighbors from damn hell, moonlight as an internet show, among other things. Anyway, dog, moving right along, and now that I have gotten the preliminaries out the way, then let's get started. Let's get into it here and there. And you all should appreciate this particular present social media broadcast or video as I've sacrificed quite a bit to, get things up and running. I'm feeling sick as a dog and trying to consider, from home remedies to over-counter drugs to prescription medicines from a licensed pharmacist at a licensed pharmacy of that place of business establishment at any given vicinity area, neighborhood, community, address, location. Yeah. Then this present social media broadcast or video is dealing with the slap that the actor Will Smith had given. No, not Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is now supposedly a believer in God as a Christian, you know, whereas now he supposedly likewise doesn't or don't accept any roles for any movies or television shows being which could conflict with his religious beliefs or faith in God, but rather I am making reference to Chris, what is it, Chris Rock? Yeah, Chris Rock. Yeah. Whereas, I didn't watch the most recent, Academy Awards. That's just how sick I was feeling so far as physically. But then I would want to feel even more sick watching all that devil worshiping nonsense, because that's all it is, the Academy Awards. Giving homies or you know, they be like, you know, yeah, they'd be like fulfilling their contract that they would have made with the devil, as the majority of most celebrities of Hollywood or Hollywood, California, Hollywood, California's movie, television, music industries is weird, with the majority of most celebrities having sold their immortal human souls to the devil to get fame, fortune, and friends, more fair weather friends than any other friends or real true friends. Fair weather friends, friends that will be there when things are going good for you. But the very minute that things go south, go bad, they're like, I'm out of here. You know. And to compliment that one pop culture song number. What about your friends? Will they stand their ground? Will they be around? Yeah, something like that. Go something. So Will Smith, he walked up on stage during the Academy Awards ceremony celebrations to give ode to the Prince of Darkness, old Slewfoot, that great, the Grand Dragon. No, not the Grand Dragon. Well, it might well be the Grand Dragon of the Invisible Empire, as well as the Aryan Nation, etc. And Mexican drug cartels and Islamic Muslim terrorist organizations. But then a lot of Mexican drug cartel lords they be having a statue of Mary, on top of the panel inside their automobiles and motor vehicles, as if the false god Mary is going to bless them. Mary don't get you into heaven. Jesus does, though. Our Lord and Savior Christ, Yeshua, Yahweh, Jehovah. Yeah. But anyway, though, get back to some of such others before I would lose my train of thought before the Prince of Darkness were to be working through, one of these proverbial neighbors from hell, or the public nuisance, a problem neighbor, with his demon possessed self being one of the spawns of his, or a minion, the evil one. Yeah. So Will Smith, he walked up on stage and slapped the freaking crap out of Chris Rock. Now Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker is supposed to be a believing God, a Christian, well, hopefully like I am. And what my brother, my own flesh and brother, is, I think he's a religious cult member. He's always sending me, some of such nasty photographic or picture text messages. I just thought to mention that now they come to mind, though I mean to get back to some of such other, shortly. I would show you all on my phone, but I can't do that because then I would be reprimanded by YouTube or YouTube. Let's just say what he sent me was of a rather pornographic nature, the same flesh and blood brother that hates me like Cain killed Abel. Yeah. And to compliment passage out of the good book, where it says, so I paraphrase, not quote exactly, there's a friend that will stick to you closer than a brother. And likewise, another one where it says, your enemy shall be of your own household. That's making reference to flesh and blood, your own immediate personal family household. You know. So he sent me, some such nasty picture or photographic imagery via text messages, and a different woman in the birthday suit. Well, they were mainly or mostly black sisters, though one looked like she could possibly be Hispanic or Asian, or who knows, part white for that matter. And in a moment of my physical sickness, I was kind of like, choking a chicken, looking at some stuff. Didn't get a nut. Then I felt kind of remorse, and I didn't really feel up to it anyway because the physical sickness was really, I mean, trust me, when you feeling sick as a dog, you would do practically and possibly. Is that what I mean? No, no. With some persons, it's not practically and or possibly. Just practically, not as well possibly. It all depends on the individual person. But anyway, I was like thinking about sometimes. That's it. Nah, I don't feel up to it. That's just how weak I was feeling. But anyway, though, hopefully I feel much better now. As I've been trying to do something practically, possibly that is not practically and possibly anything and everything with anyone and everyone or with anything and everything. No, I'm saying practically anything and everything for the greater glory of God to get better is what I mean to say. You know, so far as from taking home remedies to over counter drugs to prescription medicine, stuff like that, to get better. And so much for that conversation, get back to some of such other. As I think of it with that, my message is try backtrack here with no purpose of being, or else I can go on to following to continue from where and when down my first hand last left off so I can finish up as incomplete form of previous prior line thought in the same sense word. You know what I'm saying? Well, so I say, and hopefully none of us will have a failure to communicate. I'm not in the internet trolls. Life is too short to bother with fools like that, as misery loves company, especially when it comes to those prosperity preachers or devil worshiping, closet devil worshiping, false brethren, false prophets, and on Antichrist, the majority of televangelists or whatever religious denominations, who are of the likes of the majority of most churchgoers. Likewise, whatever the others, the rest to be considered being of the rank and file, the majority of most churchgoers themselves, whatsoever, whatever walks, whatever religious denominations and races and walks of life, factions of society, lifestyle preferences for that matter, who are nothing but closet devil worshippers of the worst sort of type of false brethren, false prophets, and antichrist. But anyway, getting back to some of such other, so far as the devil worshiping movie stars, or actors, and actresses, and singers and dancers and musicians, etc., who are affiliated, associated with, and are representing the Hollywood or Hollywood movie, television, and music industries, or what we call the or devil worshiping industries. So Will Smith walked up on stage and slapped the taste out of not Chris Tucker, but Chris Rock's mouth. They're two different Chris's. One has supposedly professed faith in God. The other is still, give more home. Well, hopefully the other really did profess faith in God and just perpetrating, but the other still a full blown devil worshiper. You may as well say, or closet devil worshiper, but it's not professed faith in God and who has not made it a public announcement that he has professed faith in God like the other Chris supposedly had done or did more or less. Well, he exactly said he was, or it could be inferred that he's a believing God. Well, one way or another, more persons know that he has made some kind of connection to not just a higher power, but the higher power, our Lord and Savior Christ and Messiah. But getting back to the other Christian. So Will Smith walked up on stage and slapped the taste out of his mouth. And this was a result of developments of how Chris, not Chris Tucker, but Chris Rock was spitting venom or spitting salt on, you know, Will Smith. What is he? His former or ex or still present wife? Jaden Jaden something Pinkett, something like that. He was making cracks on her Bawdy Claudy. Will Smith, I ain't going there. I ain't gonna have you slap the taste out of my mouth and attempt to play me like I'm, cause we'll be like, we'll have to rumble. Are you ready to rumble? Look at me. See, I got a pretty much a Bawdy Claudy myself. Did I shade too close at one time or another? Cut my hair. Cut my hair with scissors too close, or shave for that matter. Trying to, I don't know, give myself some kind of mohawk or a different style. Trying to put a line down my head. I don't know, you know. But then, I ain't your enemy. I pray for you, bro. I pray for both of you brothers, And I'm like saying, come on, give me some brotherly love. I didn't say French kiss one another in the mouth. I ain't going out like that. I ain't with that Peter Pan action. Peter Pan peanut butter action. But then I hear that a lot of male celebrities, they be like doing a gay ritual, in order to really that much more make the bigger money in Hollywood or Hollywood, California. So much for that conversation is concerned. But then, Will Smith, you really need to apologize to not Chris Tucker, but Chris Rock. Regardless of whether or not that slap was real, or regardless of whether that slap was real or whether that slap was faked. But it looked real enough if it was fake, and if it was the real thing, then how much more? I would say I think you need to apologize not only to Chris Rock but to the general public, because you shouldn't put your trash or your garbage out there for white folks or white peeps to be like checking out, and then from there compliment the stereotypical label that has been given practically, possibly the average black brother, angry black man, NWA nigga with attitude, blah 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 zay, cause that wasn't right, that was not right, not at least not at all. Even if it was done in fun, if it looked was the real McCoy, the real thing, where mother, what you say about my wife, dude? And I don't give a if you is a fellow Hollywood actor, man. Whereas I could have hanged out with you at one time or another, man. You don't talk about my wife, man. You just walked up on the stage all casual, like, and then he said, then he hauled off that. Man, just as much as I mean, just as much. I mean, no, I think that time he slapped that white boy, a white boy Russian journalist that had attempted to hug him and kiss on him. I think that was real. I don't know about the slap that he gave Chris Rock, but I know that slap that he gave years ago that he gave to this one white boy of a Russian news journalist. You know, I'm pretty sure that was real. Before Will Smith had decided to adopt for himself undercover or become a closet Peter Pan. Fairy. Tiptoe through the tulips. Oh, come on now. Jaden, I just want to kiss you on national television, on Ellen DeGeneres television television show, the Ellen DeGeneres talk show. Come on, Jaden. But Pops, I'm your son. You don't be kissing on me. You don't be kissing on me like I'm your daughter. I mean, like I'm a female. What's wrong with you? Is that why Jaden Smith, you know, he be like wearing dresses and skirts nowadays, compared to his sister acting more like a tomboy. I don't know. Anyway, getting back to the original issue at hand, pardon the pun, and none was intended, none had been meant for that last mention, but Will Smith, he walked up on the stage and slapped it. I'm saying, be it real or fake, it don't matter. It looked real enough. He walked up on stage and slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. Why didn't say that? Like winding up for talk about a baseball game, ready to strike a home run. Winding up at the plate. Like slow motion. Man, I don't know. Even when after the slap, when not Chris Tucker, but Chris Rock, he was like when Will Smith, furthermore, he's like saying from there, he made with the physical gesture, he made with the verbal sentiment. He said, "Keep my wife out of your mouth, dude, guy, fella, Joe." You hear what I'm saying? Otherwise, he may get another slap, be it real or fake, And Chris Rock was like stuttering, like Elmer Fudd or something. I'm gonna keep your wife. I'm gonna keep your wife's name. Maybe somebody should have slapped the taste out of BC's mouth. No, not Bill Clinton, former ex-president of USA, for all those those chicks that he snatched the panties from. I'm talking about the Joe Pudding Pop man. They wouldn't have been in so much hot water to have to practically, if not possibly, share a jail cell with R. Smelly. And now Jelly Palette is in there, you know, after Jello Pudding Pop man got out. But R. Smelly is still in there. And where Jelly Palette could become a cellmate buddy of his, Jelly Palette, the black brother dude guy fella was talking about, I'm not suicidal. Got all beefed up like before, where he was looking like just so much like, your average Peter Pan man. Oh, you look so. Look like what's his name? That Asian dude guy fella in a Bruce Lee movie. I forgot which one was that. What's that? I'm not talking about that Steven Seagal movie. He's another art arts martial artist actor. But I'm talking about that Bruce Lee movie. What was it? Was that Enter the Dragon or Fist of Fury or something? Remember that Asian guy that was supposed to be the spokesperson for a local mob family was intimidating that Asian restaurant to the Asian restaurant, and the workers where Bruce Lee showed up as Quiet Chain Kane and this one Peter Pan Fairy, he wanted to adjust the belt of Bruce Lee and said, "Oh look, it's hanging out here. Let me fix that for you. Oh, you're such a guy. Ta-ta. Till I see you again. See you later. Tee. Anyway, though, so Will Smith slapped the taste out of Chris Tucker's not Chris Tucker. Prince, please continue to regulate my mind compared to how the Prince Tucker to confuse my speech. I expect that the neighbor from Hell's influence made the noise, just a minute ago. I meant Chris Rock. He slapped the taste out of Chris Rock's mouth. And I was thinking, yeah, somebody should have did that to that goofy a long time ago, man. He cracks too many jokes, man. Don't make us black brothers look like we some wusses or wimps, you gotta back that up, man. You get to cracking all these goofy jokes, man. That could really be because sometimes words can hit hard as fist. When he got the cracking on Will Smith wife person, man, I feel him. I feel the brother Will Smith, or regardless of whether or not the slap was real or fake, he was trying to let him know, regardless that you know you keep on being Mr. Mouthy, you know, I got something for you, you know. I got something for you. Don't make me catch a murder case. Like Murder She Wrote, or like boom, boom, but murder was the case that they give me. Boom, boom. Like Snoop Doggy Frog Hogg would say. Then it just reminded me, he's supposed to be that last brother I mentioned. He's supposed to be hosting another television show, like NBC is trying to you know, like NBC, the other television channel station is trying to do one up or trying to compete with ABC, where NBC now has America's song or America's singing contest or something, or America's Song Contest, co-hosted by Snoop Doggy Frog Hogg, compared to how ABC has that of American Idol. You know, so I kind of wonder what's CBS going to do then, because now NBC is competing. Speaking about those matters, not that I'm glorifying some or such. It's gonna, you know, what is the profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? What shall a man give in this change for his soul? You know, and people in hell want ice water. And may you be in heaven a half an hour before the devil knows you're dead. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. There's a way that seemeth right unto man, but the ways thereof are the ways of death. And it is appointed on the man to die, but after this judgment, what is the profit of man to gain the whole world and lose his own soul? I say, and what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But then I'm about to wrap this up. Y'all hear what I'm saying? I just thought to speak on that you know what I'm saying, what went down. That call me goofy, call me what you will at the moment, as me feeling quite a little bit up on the weather, got me kind of like feeling sounding goofy. I want to speak on something much more on a lighter note, I suppose. So far, the content of this particular present social media broadcast or video, while I try to recuperate, to get better, get rehabilitated, then, I'm saying with the way I'm feeling at the moment, I'm trying to, rest up and then some, take home remedies and over counter drugs and prescription medicine to get better so that I can resume the necessary business at hand. As you all know, I had received walking papers, you know, uh, legal document of an eviction notice that a neighbor from Damn Hill should have got much rather than me, after he had pulled the wool over this management, real estate personnel representative's eyes to believe the lie that he himself had told that person compared to what I was telling this person and that person about him, telling persons representing the real estate management company, as I was telling it of the fact of the matter, the truth. But they decided to, cut corners you know, either believe or accept his lie. It's not so much to believe it, because I'm just one person, and he himself with his accomplices in crime, that's more money for them compared to I'm just one person. So they could afford to lose one tenant, but not more than one tenant, because they don't know how soon they can get other tenants to, you know, take up from where the old tenants left off in the old apartments, and so they just give me the boot much rather than him or them of his accomplices in crime. But anyway, though, on this last note of interest, I would like to say to you, yeah, with this like interjection. So now I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, and I have to find another available apartment vacancy before the deadline, before I'm kicked to the curb, thrown out with my personal face belongings and possessions, you know, as someone says, give them the time according to the scheduled appointed date, as well as I have to find another apartment vacancy before I were to possibly become homeless. But anyway, though, on this last note of interest, I would like to say, if you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I would hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your vein, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross of Calvary on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of some such Roman soldiers up under orders of their superiors, militarists, political, religious, or otherwise, from centurions to Caesars to Pharisees and Sadducees. But then there less words, he went to that cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. I'm still my trademark. I mean, you can steal this though, whereas I'd be like saying, with the devil and the demons become that one of many, the horns, the fangs, the claws on their paws, the tail and all. Yeah. But anyway, though, whereas Christ went to the cross of Calvary, some at the hands of Roman soldiers up under orders of their superiors, be they militaristic, political, religious, or otherwise, from centurions to Caesars to Pharisees and Sadducees, but then in less ways, he went to that cross of Calvary to become a perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for y'all use as well as me, so that any of us being of whatsoever race and whatever walks life, fashion, of society, lifestyle preferences, being of the old, young, like both two sexual genders, males and females represent not only the human species, but then nevertheless the global community within the post 911 era, about new millennium, the apocalyptic day and age, where the doomsday clock is now at a couple few minutes to midnight compared on our former previous or prior to then was a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times, where to profess some such faith in him. From there we come and be blessed in one regard or another, and more ways one. First and foremost, with his salvation, being of which is the only means by which any of us can or could possibly enter into the kingdom of heaven, to be considered as citizens thereof, among the other like-minded believers in God, as in Christians, aka Protestants. And second of all, with that of his deliverance. But first, you have got to get his salvation, being not just the much more important, but the most important blessing. Otherwise, you have nothing coming so far as blessings is concerned. I mean, it's not BK, Burger King. You cannot have it your way. You cannot wait till you get to the other side and then decide you want to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. After you were to become subject to experiencing the fiery flames of the lake of fire, damn hell, and the devil and his demons, gnawing and clawing on you and everything, and be like saying, "Oh God, oh Lord, oh, why have you covered me? Oh Lord God, oh, but what else? Oh, how to get into this kind of situation? I'm sorry, God. Oh God, oh, oh Lord." Can't wait till then. They'll be like, "Oh, oh God, oh God." Gail, I'm fighting for my life, Gail King, Oprah Winfrey's girlfriend. Oh, I'm in hell. Hell in the world is bad enough to go hell elsewhere, the real hell elsewhere. Feels like up on the weather. Yeah, it's not Burger King. Cannot wait till you get to the other side and then decide you want to accept Christ as your personal Lord and Savior. You got to do it now while the blood is still warm in your veins, you know. You hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You all, folks and peeps, you know. Unless you were to become subject to experiencing one of those beyond and back experiences. You hear what I'm saying? You can get a taste of hell and get out of there in the nick of time through the good graces of our Lord and Savior Christ inside the liver. If you were to be blessed, become one of the few that could become subject to experiencing hell like that for the opposite side of this existence. Because the majority of persons who go to hell from this world, they dare to stay. They're there permanently. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but then you all take care and be safe. Be blessed, not stressed. Peace and love, joy, and happiness. And I'll holler at you later. You know, I'll see you when I see you. You hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, until then I guess it's pretty much so of a wrap. We out. Peace.